That wasn't very nice. I don't have it.
Shine it up on top.
There you go.
All right.
Travis.
Welcome back.
Travis is back.
Yeah, I got notification that somebody had muted me. I couldn't unmute myself. So.
That was really weird. We tried to unmute you and we couldn't, so I don't know what happened. If you want to grab your lower third again, do your lower third thing.
Doing it right now.
You know how to do everything. We'll be back. And we are live. And I wanted to welcome everybody to the first Recumbent Bike Riders Community Hangout. This is a kind of exciting moment, something that we've been working on and waiting for quite some time. My name is Gary Solomon. I am the owner of the Google Plus Recumbent Bike Rider community. And with us today we have 4 panelists that will help me today in the Hangout. So, being the first Hangout, of course, things may be a little rough as we get started here because I'm kind of feeling my way as we go. So kind of bear with me if you would. There we go. We hope to make this a monthly event if we have enough stuff to talk about and people find it interesting. We'll go ahead and do this every month and see if we can find interesting guests. Maybe eventually do some remotes if we can. Maybe visit some interesting places. We'll see how it goes. But we're just kind of getting started now. And we wanted to talk to you a little bit about how you can engage in the Hangout. The event page or the YouTube page that you are watching this Hangout on gives you the ability to make comments. You've all done this before without a Hangout, I'm sure, but you can make a comment and we will be able to actually see the comments on a comment tracker and bring them into the Hangout, show everybody what it is you commented or asked questions about, and we'll talk about it a little bit so we can engage in that way. So we hope that you will participate and make this a Hangout that's for all of us, not just 3 or 4 people or 5 people in the Hangout. So we want this to be for everyone and hope you'll feel a part of it as well. The Hangout is live, as you know right now, on YouTube, and after we finish the Hangout, it will be archived on YouTube. So if you found it so exciting that you have to watch it again, you can get back onto YouTube, find it, and watch it again. Or for those of you who aren't able to watch it right now, hopefully you will be able to find it on YouTube. I'll post the links, and they already are actually posted on the event page, and you'll be able to watch it later on and see how it went. Okay, so as far as this Hangout goes, and in general my idea for the Hangouts, it's going to be a 1-hour program. We're going to break it into 4 or 5 pieces, and as I see it right now, we're going to start out with the news of the month in the recumbent world if we can. We have some people that are well engaged in the recumbent community and know a lot about what's going on, and I'm sure all of you guys read what's going on in terms of manufacturing and perhaps other sorts of news in the recumbent community. So we'll talk about what's in the news. The second part of our Hangout will be the panel discussion, either on a particular subject. I think in general that'll probably be what it is. But for today in our first Hangout, we're just going to have a little chat with each of our panel members, talking to them about what they are interested in, what their experiences have been. I think each of them brings something interesting and diverse to our discussion. So we'll be talking to them a little bit today. So that's mostly what the Hangout's going to be today. Hopefully in future Hangouts we will have a guest, maybe someone prominent in the industry or someone who's had a great experience, travels or in manufacturing or anything to do with the recumbent industry or recumbent experience, and we'll be able to have a focused discussion on the one person that's the guest for that particular hangout. And then the fourth part of the hangout, we'll have an open question and answer period. So you guys can post your questions, and we will try to answer them and open it up for further discussion. So I look for that to be a really important part of our hangouts. And the last section, we'll take a few minutes to talk about the community itself. I might have some suggestions, and you guys may have some suggestions about what we can do better or some new ideas. So those are the 5 parts, and let's get started. At this point, I'd like to introduce our panelists. We have an illustrious group of folks. At least I think so. I don't know if they think so, but the first, let me see where everyone is here. The first panelist that I want to introduce you to is Travis Preble. Travis is no stranger to the recumbent community. From his profile on the Recumbent Journal website, it says that Travis is the founder and editor of the Recumbent Journal and also operates the Omnibet network of recumbent sites. He currently rides a TerraTrike rover tandem, an HP Velotechnic, which I think also one of our other panelists rides, a Street Machine GTE, an Optima Oryx, Rand Stratus, and a Catrike Trail. I know that Travis also ran the Recumbent TV site for some time. We'll ask him about the status of these projects at the current time and what he may have planned for the future. And I would especially like to thank Travis for coming on, going away, and coming back on as happened at the beginning of the broadcast. And also thank him for joining us on a very special day. It happens to be Travis's birthday today. So happy birthday, Travis.
Happy birthday.
Thank you very much. Yes, the grand 42.
Okay. Then, let's see, next guest, not right in line with the film strip because that's not how I had it written down. We have Deb and Dennis Veerkamp from Minnesota. They're good friends of ours. They ride a Rand Screamer recumbent tandem. You're not good friends of ours? Is that what that was? I consider them to be good friends of ours. It may not be mutual. They'll be able to discuss that with you all later. They ride a Rand Screamer recumbent tandem, as do my wife and I. And notably, Dennis designed and built a trike for Deb last year, and hopefully we'll have a chance to talk to you guys about that a little bit. So welcome, Deb and Dennis.
Thank you.
Let's see, who is next? Now we have, the next guest is Carl Kidd. And Carl is a moderator of the Bent Society of Southern Florida community. It's another recumbent community here on Google+. He rides a Bicetta Corsa. I have here that he rides it at speeds unheard of for a man his age.
Oh, thank you.
And we won't ask you what that is, Carl, but I think it's true from what I've heard. He has many interests besides recumbent bikes. I know he flies and modifies quadcopters. I won't use the D word, which I know is anathema to many of those folks, which I think. So he flies those, he modifies those, and he flies and modifies his Bicetta as well. So welcome to the Hangout, Carl.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
All right. And lastly, we have on the panel Lars Kamm. Lars lives in Salzgitter, Germany, and I'm very excited to have him with us today, representing our European members, of which we have quite a few, and hopefully many of you are watching. On his Google Plus profile, he describes himself as a geek and coffee junkie. Oops, wait a minute here. Somehow, I'll make sure that Lars is boxed here. Yeah,
I am. Thanks.
Good. I don't want to talk about you and then show someone else's face. So, a geek and coffee junkie, amateur photographer and astronomer, occasional climber and geocacher, passionate recumbent writer, full-time robot programmer. You program robots. You're not a robot programmer. Father of a family, computer freak, camper, radio ham, and a little crazy. You ride also HP Velotechnic Street Machine GTE, and you expect to get a Strata Velomobile delivered in the spring, it says. So that would be interesting. We'll talk about that, I'm sure. And you also run a private German blog at www.streetmachinist.de, where you write about the adventures on the road with your bike. So we will point people in that direction too, Lars, and hopefully they'll be able to engage you there. Originally, we had planned to have Bill Beret, who is a moderator of the community, but Bill had a real good friend who had a medical emergency over the weekend. I guess he called me this morning, had almost no sleep. So he said if he can't sleep at all, he may jump on with a few comments, but he didn't feel capable of handling the pressure of being on the panel. And if you look at the people on the panel, you can see they're under extreme pressure right now. So I know what he's talking about. So, anyway, we missed Bill, and I'm sure he'll be on next month. We'll be glad to have him back on, and I appreciate his help all along. So, all right, with that, we'll jump into the beginning of the Hangout. The first part of the Hangout is going to be the Recumbent News of the Month. And hopefully you will be able to help me out with this. The two things that I had seen this week, the biggest news, was that Rance, the manufacturer Rance, is changing hands. There's an article I saw on Bent Rider Online, and there are a few things that
You lost him. Oh.